Today, we're diving deep, literally. We're going to a new global battlefield, one that's hidden thousands of meters below the ocean's surface. We're exploring India's incredible, high-stakes mission to mine the deep sea. It's a huge gamble that can secure the nation's future, or it could unleash an environmental catastrophe we can't even imagine.
So, how are we going to break this down? First, we'll look at the fierce global race for critical minerals. Then, we'll get real about the uncomfortable price of our so-called green technology. After that, we'll explore India's audacious plan to solve this, the very serious environmental questions it raises, and finally, what this is all really about, securing national independence in the 21st century.
All right, first up, to really get why India is looking to the ocean floor, you first have to understand this new global battlefield. It's a massive scramble for the raw materials that, let's be honest, power every single part of our modern world.
And let's be perfectly clear, this isn't just about friendly trade competition. This is, as Business Insider puts it, a geopolitical resource arms race. Nations are literally positioning themselves to lock down the essential minerals they need for everything from your smartphone to their national defense.
Think about this for a second. Over 70% of the entire world's cobalt, a mineral that is absolutely essential for electric vehicle batteries, comes from just one country, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, you can see how that creates a huge vulnerability in the supply chain. And that vulnerability, it's a major reason for this race to find new sources.
And why is this race so intense? Well, it's because these minerals, we're talking cobalt, nickel, copper, they are the fundamental building blocks of the 21st century economy. Without a secure supply, a country's ability to build electric cars, to develop renewable energy, or even to maintain its advanced defense systems is seriously at risk. For a nation like India, getting these resources is a matter of strategic survival.
Okay, but before we all get excited about diving to the bottom of the ocean, we need to face a really hard truth about where we get these green minerals right now. It's time for a reality check on mining right here on land.
Take a look at this. Sadly, this isn't an unusual sight. It's the toxic mess left behind by mining. This waste material, it leaches heavy metals straight into the soil and water, poisoning entire ecosystems and the communities who depend on them.
And when you read about the environmental cost of mining from metal like nickel, this is the picture that's painted. It's a process that can leave behind scarred landscapes and can choke the very air that people breathe.
And you know, this isn't just about environmental damage. There is a staggering human cost. In places like the DRC, the cobalt mining industry has been linked to terrible human rights abuses, including child labor and incredibly dangerous working conditions. This is the deep ethical dilemma right at the heart of our transition to green energy.
So what do you do? What do you do when the resources you desperately need are controlled by geopolitical rivals and getting them from the land comes at such a devastating human and environmental cost? Well, faced with exactly this dilemma, India is turning to a new, unexplored frontier with its very ambitious deep ocean mission.
Prime Minister Modi used this really powerful metaphor, samudra manthan, which means churning of the ocean, to describe this mission. It actually comes from a famous Hindu myth about getting the nectar of immortality. So framing it this way turns the mission from just a scientific project into a monumental national quest for prosperity and self-reliance.
And you know, this has been a long time coming. India was recognized as a pioneer investor all the way back in 1987. The official launch in 2021 was really the culmination of decades of strategic planning. And now it's leading to concrete goals for testing new technology by 2026 and 2027.
At the very heart of this mission is this incredible piece of technology, the Matsya 6000. It's a manned submersible built in India, and it's capable of taking a crew of 3 all the way down to 6,000 meters. A vehicle like this puts India in a very, very elite club of nations that can explore the deep ocean firsthand.
And they are already making some serious progress. From developing the submersible's tech and identifying hydrothermal vents, to actually collecting over 100 kilograms of these mineral-rich polymetallic nodules, this isn't just a plan on paper. It's a mission that's really in motion.
But, and this is a huge but, while this mission offers a potential way around the problems of mining on land, it opens up a brand new, profound, and largely unknown set of challenges. This is the great environmental dilemma. It's almost like a pick-your-poison scenario. On one hand, you have the known, devastating impacts of mining on land. We've seen them. On the other hand, you have the potential risks of deep-sea mining. Things like sediment plumes that could smother entire ecosystems and the destruction of unique life forms and habitats we've barely even begun to understand.
And this has sparked a huge global debate. Many scientists and environmental groups are urging for extreme caution. They're arguing that before we rush to exploit one of the very last untouched frontiers on our planet, we need a much deeper scientific understanding of the potential for irreversible damage. Which brings us right back to the ultimate prize. Why take on these immense technological and environmental challenges? Well, the answer lies in this quest for strategic autonomy, for a self-reliant India that's a leader in technology.
The International Seabed Authority has allocated India an exploration area of 75,000 square kilometers in the central Indian Ocean basin. Now, to put that in perspective, that is a massive area, larger than several Indian states put together.
And what's lying on the seabed in that vast area? An estimated 380 million tons of polymetallic nodules. These are small, almost potato-sized rocks that are absolutely packed with the minerals that could power India's future.
And here's the breakdown. Inside those nodules, there's an estimated 4.7 million tons of nickel, 4.29 million tons of copper, and over 500,000 tons of cobalt. These are the very same critical minerals that India is currently forced to import from other countries.
And this is the endgame. It's all about Atmanirbharta, or self-reliance. This whole mission is a direct path to reducing that import dependency, to controlling critical supply chains, and to fueling India's own high-tech manufacturing and its blue economy ambitions. So we're left with this huge, fundamental question. The deep ocean could hold the key to a cleaner, more technologically advanced future, one that's free from the geopolitical fights and the environmental scars of mining on land. But are we really ready to pay the price of exploring Earth's final frontier?